Good morning, boys and girls. Today is Wednesday in our second week of learning online, and it is going to be a fabulous day. I can feel it already. I'm going to read you a little nursery rhyme book. And thank you so much. Some of you participated in the scavenger hunt on yesterday's video. And Tessa sent me a video with a question that many of you might be having. So I'm going to include that here and my answer here too. So Hey Diddle Diddle Diddle. Illustrated by Mick Reed. And remember we talked a little bit about there not being an author sometimes. They're passed down through the years. And many people make a version of it. So there's actually not an author listed here. Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle. The cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such a sight. And the dish ran away with the spoon. Hi, boys and girls. Remember I told you I'd find 3 shapes in my house to show you? So here we go. So I found these shapes here in my house, and you probably have some in your house the same. This is a cylinder, like a can of fruit, a can of soup, a can of SpaghettiOs. That's a cylinder. And a tissue box, that's a cube. See how it goes all the way around. So it's a cube, not a square. It's 3D, right? And lastly, my television, which is a rectangle. Now I'm going to show you what Gavin found in his house and what Cole found.
This is a sphere, this is a cylinder, and this is a rectangle.
So that's one way we can sort them, is through animal parts. The most important characteristic is the head, and we all have one. Why do you think the head is so important? The head is where the eyes, nose, mouth, and ears are located. These are some important features. Just like for us, our senses, right? What would we do without them? They are so important to us. Which feature helps animals take in food and water? You guys should all know this. In the mouth. Animals take in food and water through their mouth. Birds have a special type of mouth, though. Remember what it's called? What is it? A beak. Birds use their beaks to eat and drink every day. Big, little, short, or long beaks come in all shapes and sizes. Take a look at all these different beaks. Look at very long, short, different colors. Why are there so many types of beaks? Some beaks can crack seeds, some beaks find insects, some beaks drink nectar from flowers, some beaks help eat small animals, and some beaks scoop fish out of the water, some beaks strain plants and small organisms to eat. So depending on the kind of bird, their beak has to do something different. Just like beaks, an animal's teeth can give us clues as to what type of food it eats. Look at all these animal teeth here. Anyone recognize the animals? Oh, I see a horse and a raccoon. What else do you see? How do you think the teeth can give us clues about the animal's diet? Round and flat teeth are herbivores, plant eaters. Long, sharp teeth are found in carnivores, the ones that eat meat. And omnivores have kinds of teeth because they eat plant and meats. The eyes are also a very important part of the animal because they allow an animal to see. There are so many different eyes. Look at these. Aren't they cool? Does anyone recognize an eye of a person? See if you can spot it and point to it. Why are there so many different kinds of eyes? What do you think? Some animals have great vision and some do not. Some animals can see at night. Some animals have eyes on the side of their head. Some animals have eyes in the front of their head. Some animals can see 2 directions at the same time. Wow, that's really cool. What are noses used for? They're used for breathing and smelling just like ours, right? Dogs have an excellent sense of smell. And look at these noses, all come in different shapes and sizes. Look at that. I see a dolphin, a dog, an elephant trunk, a pig snout. Very cool. And look at this nose. That looks very unusual. I'm just teasing. That's a human nose, like our nose, right? And then the question on the bottom says, how many different animal feet can you think of? Animal feet. Feet can have toes. Some feet are called hooves. Some feet are webbed. Some feet are sticky. Some feet are good for hopping. Some feet are good for digging. Look at all this. Depends on the kind of animal and the habitat they live in, right? They need their feet or paws or hooves to do different things for them, right? If you have to swim, you need a web to help you. Wow. How many different kinds of legs are there? I'm going to hold it close so we'll see the top ones first. Mammals can have 2 or 4 legs. Birds have 2. Fish don't have any legs, right? They have fins. Insects have 6 legs. Reptiles can have 4 legs, or, like a snake, none at all. Now, let's think about animal tails. Okay, so like all the other parts we've talked about, animal tails come in all shapes, colors, and sizes. Look at these ones here. A skinny curly one, a long one with stripes, long with feathers, and fin. Why do we think animals need tails? Why do you think we need tails? Oh, tails are used for balance. Tails are used for moving. Tails are used for swimming. Tails are used for grasping things. Tails are used for appearance, like how does something look. Tails are used for protection, and tails are used for those annoying flies. Sometimes it'd be nice if we had a tail, right? We can swat the flies away. Lastly, animals have body coverings. How many can you think of? What do you think body covering means? Let's look at the pictures, like fur, feathers, skin, scales. Which one do we have? Right, we have skin. So how does our body coverings help protect us? This specifically says, how does fur protect animals that have fur? Fur helps animals stay warm in cold places and provide sun protection in hot places, right? Like a polar bear there wouldn't put on sunblock, right? Or a blanket. Whoop, that's my finger. Fur helps animals blend in and stay camouflaged from predators. Fur can be water resistant and helps animals keep warm after swimming. And feathers are body coverings found on birds and are colorful and amazing. Look at these patterns and bright, beautiful colors. Can anyone make out what kind of bird they are by just looking at their feathers? Take a guess. So how do the birds use their feathers? They aid in flight and help control direction. They are used to line nests and keep eggs and young birds warm. They keep birds warm in the cold. They protect birds by camouflaging. Waterproof feathers keep birds dry after getting wet. They are used to attract the male. So how do we think skin helps animals? Skin provides a barrier to protect the body from germs, disease, and viruses, right? That's why we have skin. Excuse me. Skin helps regulate the body temperature. It protects us, keeps us warm, and not too warm and not too cool. Skin contains nerve endings that alert the body to heat, cold, pressure, and pain, right? We can feel it if we get hurt, if we feel something painful. We can feel it when it's too hot or too cold, right? And lastly, why are some animals covered in scales? Look at these. Scales can vary in size, shape, and structure and strength. Scales are like skin on fish and reptiles, and its most important job is to provide protection for the animal, just like skin and fur.
Miss Wilfred, how old are your bunnies?
Hi, Tessa. Good question. One of the bunnies is 1 year old, and one we think is around 1.5.